Alright, so this is to answer one of my viewers' questions. Her name was Jessica, and she asked about the pros and cons between buying and renting, whether that be an apartment or a home. So let's just jump right into it. So take this as a light-hearted example, okay? But renting, whether it's a home or apartment, is more like a high school relationship, alright? There's commitment, there's very little commitment. You guys are technically exclusive, but if somebody starts to get a little mouthy, you can just turn to them and say, hey, you're not my wife or you're not my husband. And as soon as the lease is up, you can either up and leave, or you can stick around a little bit longer if you're not ready to move. Owning, however, is more like a marriage. You're committed. You're in it for the long haul. And just like a marriage and in the market, there are ups and there are downs. If you get careless and you get lazy and you stop taking care of business, things can end badly. But in the long run, if you do what you said you will do and you take care of business, you're much better off in the end, because you've grown and you built on love and commitment, and the return on investment outweighs the cost. So in 2008, when the market crashed, put it like this: there was a lot of people giving out terrible marriage advice, #loans, and so people who shouldn't have been getting married to a loan did it anyways, and a lot of those homes went under. Alright, that's enough of Dr. Phil. Let's start with the good side of renting. Renting, if I could sum it up in one word, it would probably be freedom. The longest contract that most of you guys have ever been a part of is probably a year lease, with a good chunk of you guys probably being in a month to month. So if you wanted to up and move, you could probably do that fairly easily. Any maintenance is covered by the property management, so you give them a call and say, hey, I have a leaky faucet. They'll probably have their handyman out there in a few days, and he'll fix it for you with a smile. Sometimes you'll have access to amenities like barbecues, pools, event centers, fitness centers. I mean, it all depends on where you're renting. But even with that said, nicer complexes will probably reflect that in the cost of payment. And you don't have to worry about the value of your home or the rental because, heck, it doesn't belong to you. Now for the bad of renting. In the end, you walk away with absolutely nothing. You've paid thousands and thousands of dollars to someone, and in the end, you have nothing to show for it. You have no equity built up. But on your way to owning nothing, while you're renting, you can't paint, you can't renovate, you can't update to your heart's content. So your dreams of owning blue shutters and a white picket fence, forget about it. You're bound to the restrictions that your owners put in place, which can change from owner to owner. Oh, and unlike a fixed rate mortgage on a home, your rent can increase to the beat of your owner's drum, or as the lease changes. Now, for owning a home, let's start with the cons so we can end on a good note. You have more responsibilities and liabilities. So if something goes wrong, like the maintenance issue, that's your problem, either with a DIY or you pull out that wallet and you pay somebody. You're in it for the long haul. It's usually a 30-year long commitment. Oh, and on the front end, you have to come up with a considerable amount of cash to put as a down payment when buying a home. As I mentioned before, whether it's a family matter, a health issue, or a job change, it's harder and more expensive to up and move if you needed to. And last but not least, the market can bring the value of your home down. So what are the pros? The market can bring the value of your home up. Just ask your parents. You can build equity and wealth over time. You can virtually do whatever you want with it and make it your home. There are tax benefits and you can write off the interest rates. So in some cases, owning a home can be cheaper than renting. And assuming you have a fixed rate mortgage, regardless of the fluctuating markets, your monthly payments stay the same. And also, you make the rules. You have no landlord that you need to answer to. And last but not least, it's the American dream. 3 out of 4 millennials equate owning a home and adulthood to be in the same spectrum. So here's the overall summary. As a realtor, people often think that I should always promote buying over renting. However, that would be a lie. My advice is always make decisions based on what you want, what you can wisely afford, and your life circumstances. If your intentions of buying conflict with any of those, wait. Owning a home is a beautiful thing, but it comes with its challenges, so don't be in a rush. Besides, when you're ready, I'll be here. And that pretty much wraps it up. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe for more, and remember, share knowledge, share network, and share compassion.